part. I want to introduce to you my brand new addition to the family, which I have designated as my new work bag, aka travel bag. I no longer have babies, so I can't use it as a diaper bag. However, this is the Chanel XXL. I think you could call it a classic flap if you wanted to. It really isn't considered a classic flap because it doesn't have, the typical structure and the double flap. But the leather on this bag is amazing. The condition is brand new, never worn, which, they say that all the time, but this bag literally has zero wear and tear or marks on it. Even the feet on the bottom have no wear and tear, which is usually where you can see, spots of that underlaying metal shining through if it has been worn. The original stickers on the CC logo are still there. The bag is just in gorgeous condition. It comes with gunmetal hardware. It's not silver, it's more of a shiny gunmetal. The leather is just a soft, supple, not caviar, but it is like a grained calfskin to where it has the appearance of pebbling and caviar on it, but it's not as stiff as caviar, and the pebbling is not as deep. The stitching is sort of monochromatic with the bag. It is the khaki color, which is extremely dark, deep, military green. So it really works well as a neutral in my collection. And when I put this bag up against the items that I have in my closet that I wear the most, it really does go with almost everything in my wardrobe. It is just a gorgeous, gorgeous bag. It has the Mona Lisa pocket, which, if you guys know, lots of the models come with that zipper on the bottom, which, will allow you to convert this into like a bag that you can attach to your stroller when you're in the airport. I really wasn't stuck on that. I really wanted the model that had the feet on the bottom and also had the leather bit here at the top, because some of the other models that I think are a bit smaller than this one don't have this leather break and don't have the feet on the bottom. And so for me, the condition and having these two features was more important than having the zippered pocket. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. Ooh, I love that leather. So soft, gorgeous. This is what the bag looks on the inside. It came with a bit of stuffing, which I'm going to take out right now. You can literally tell from the condition of the interior that it was never used. Even these pockets look like nothing has ever been placed inside them. The tag on the back says made in France, which is wonderful. I did not know that because it was not, depicted in the pictures that I saw online. This bag is not currently in production by Chanel. I think they only did it for, a few years and then they stopped making them. I hope they bring them back because you guys know large bags are coming back and I can't wait for that. I have always been a medium to large bag lover and I never ever bought into that mini bag trend. I mean, if it suits you, that's great. But for me personally, I hate to downsize. Like, why would I do that to myself and have to pick and choose what I can carry with me and what I can't? I mean, it works for some people, but it's just never been my style. Larger bags look better on my body frame. They allow me to carry everything I want. And when it comes to a work bag, which when I go to work, it's pretty serious. I have to carry a ton of stuff with me, laptop, toiletry cases, lunch bag, chargers, you name it. So I like to have the space and the ability to do that, in a stylish way. And I think that work bags should get the same attention that we give to our going out bags, just because if you're like me and you don't work from home, you go out to work every day. I like to have a nice work bag. And so I do invest a lot in work bags, sometimes even more than what I invest into my going out bags, which I really only use on the weekends, which, compared to your work, I get a lot more use out of a work bag than I do out of my going out bags per se. So that's why I had my eye on one of these XXL flaps and I was just waiting for the right one to come along. It's hard to find the one you want. I initially wanted a black, but after seeing this color, and I have a ton of black in my collection already, So after seeing this color, I was like, wow, that's a really nice neutral color and it's not black. And I don't have to worry about color transfer because it's a saturated color. The gunmetal is totally new for me. I don't have anything in that type of hardware. And so I'm really happy with this bag. The straps are not, you know, hanging on the flap. They're actually attached to another piece of hardware here to the two sides of the bag, which I think is very well designed because you don't want to put the weight of the bag on the flap that you're carrying on your shoulder, since, you know, this bag could get heavy if you put a lot of stuff in there. And so carrying the weight here on the sides, I think just preserves the integrity of the bag a lot more, which, good job, Chanel. The larger size has a divider along the middle, and it doesn't have a pocket here in the back, which I think this compartment for me is where I'm going to be placing my laptop, and I will show you that in a second. The two pockets here in the back look like they were designed, one for a cell phone and one for maybe passports or a longer wallet, which definitely that's something you could do. Mainly, there's one large compartment in the front. It is all fabric lined, so no leather on the inside, which is, again, good job, Chanel. We don't need to make this bag any heavier than it needs to be, which, by the way, it isn't heavy. I mean, for the size and the fact that it is a full leather bag, it's not heavy at all. I have smaller bags that are way heavier. For example, the 19 in the medium size is heavier than this bag is. So that's food for thought. On the front part of the bag, there is a zipper that has a large pocket on the inside. Again, fabric lining. The zipper here has Chanel engraved on one side, and it has the CC logo engraved on the other side. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I just love that all the stickers are in place. The hardware is shiny. It's not scratched up. It's just basically brand new. And the color is really, really nice. I'm really not a green person, but this dark forest / military green really got me this time. Everything about this bag is extremely classic and true to Chanel's identity, which is something that I love about Chanel. They can do seasonal bags till they're blue in the face and still manage to stay true to their aesthetic, to their DNA, which is something that I love about Chanel. They're not like other houses that have to go way out there and do really crazy stuff just in order to give us something different from their classics. And that's something I love about Chanel, which is if it resembles your style, if it expresses your aesthetic and it embodies your style, then you're never gonna have a hard time finding pieces that you love that are different and at the same time that match your style, if that makes any sense. And which is also a problem for your bank account, because that just means there's going to be more stuff out there that you love. So if you are a Chanel lover like I am, then you know that all these classic elements are things that they carry through all of their designs, even if the bag is something that's just seasonal or isn't in production all the time. This is that bit of leather that I was talking to you guys about, which is really important for me to find one that had this leather bit, just because you know that once you have this, you know, full with stuff and you put it on your shoulder, you're probably going to end up putting this part on top of the leather and carrying it on your shoulder like that. Another thing that I love about this bag is that it doesn't sit high under your armpit. I hate that about shoulder bags and totes. So usually when we think about work, we think about a tote bag, which I love totes for work. I have a couple of them that I love, like the On The Go, for example. However, I hate how all these tote bags sit really high under your armpit. I just hate that. And for me, finding a bag that would work on your shoulder, was large enough to fit a laptop, lunch bag, all that good stuff, and have a comfortable length where you could actually rest your arm on it, this was a no-brainer. Let me give you some dimensions so you get a true idea of the size of this bag, because I know it can be very intimidating to a lot of people. It was to me in the beginning, which is why I, researched this bag on YouTube. There's not a lot of videos out there about this bag, and I think that's mostly because A, it wasn't in production for a long time, and B, people shy away from large bags, and they have been shying away from large bags in the past years, but they're making a comeback, and I want to share the dimensions with you. The bottom of the bag is about 17 inches long, and the top is about 16 and a half. So it does taper out a little bit at the bottom. The drop of the strap, when you double it up on your shoulder, is 11 inches. If I were to wear it with a longer strap, then we're looking at about 18 and a half, almost 19 inches drop, which is very generous for a bag this size. I love that. That is about 10 inches high. I'm gonna give you the dimensions of the back pocket as well, just because this pocket is amazing. You could fit so much in here, not just your phone. So the pocket is about 13 inches wide. Oh, I love how the flap is so soft and it just folds nicely, you know, on the back of the bag, and it just lays flat like that. And so you can have your bag sitting up like this and, you know, just reach your stuff. And then when somebody nosy, like some of my coworkers are, comes into your office, you can just shut the flap like that and they won't be able to see what's inside your work bag. Unlike the totes that I use for work, where I don't know why people have the desire to look inside your bag when you're carrying a tote. And I mean, I'm just uncomfortable when that happens. And so that's why I'm really looking forward to using this for work instead of a tote bag. Number one on my list would be my laptop, which is, you know, a 30 inch, which is a 13-inch MacBook Pro in its case. Look how easy that slips in there in that back pocket. Oh my God. Even the colors look nice together. My everyday wallet, I could never carry a small card holder and call that a day. These haven't scratched up. They've done really, really well. And I do love these sunglasses, but you know, it's nice when you can put them in the case that you bought them in and, you know, have them protected. And you can't do that in smaller bags. This is the Sarah wallet. A lot of you are familiar with this wallet. It fits in no problem. Another zippy coin purse in here if I wanted to. And another pocket right there. And then that's what everything would look like. We still have tons of room. When the bag is this generous and soft, it's really a matter of what do I not want to carry with me versus how much can fit. I just discovered that I'm not into pouches where I can't see what's inside, because I end up forgetting about my stuff and not using it. And it helps me remember my medicine. It helps me to remember that I have my products with me and that I can use them if I need them. So I have decided to start using see-through pouches now inside my bags. I've got another pouch here that has just the cords and chargers I was talking to you guys about, and my work keys, which again, transparent pouch so I can see what's going on. And then this is what the bag looks like right now with everything in there. Laptop, wallets, 2 pouches, 1 toiletry, 1 for cords and work keys and ID and all that good stuff. And if you wanted to put something else here in the front zipper, you totally could. Like for your phone, for example, you could put your phone here, but I wouldn't do that. I mean, really, with a pocket like this in the back, I mean, I would definitely stick my phone here. You could stick your phone and your sunglasses here if you wanted to do that. This is a lot of stuff, and the bag right now is really heavy, but you know, if that's how much you need to carry, then that's how much you need to carry. Let's say you're traveling and you need to have all this with you. The thing that gives me peace of mind is that I know that the weight of the bag is on these hooks right here, and it's not actually tugging on the flap and deforming the shape of the flap. So that was today's unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoy the content that I put out on my channel, please support me and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you can see the things that I like to share with you guys in the future. Thank you so much. Stay safe and have a great day.